In the heart of southern Africa, nestled within the vast Kuvuki land, lies a forest with a story whispered only in hushed tones. They say it has a memory, that it chooses who to keep and who to let go. In 1996, it made a choice that would haunt the region forever. What happened when 6 friends walked into its shadows and only one walked out? This is a story of a place that never forgets. Welcome to the Unknownfilesx, where we explore the mysteries that linger in the forgotten corners of our world. The year was 1996, for 6 young friends from a small village near the Kuvuki forest. Life was simple. Their days were filled with shared laughter and dreams for the future. There was Jabulani, the natural leader, his sister, Nomusa, kind and gentle, Themba, the joker of the group, Zola, who was thoughtful and quiet, and the inseparable cousins, Sifo and Lindu. They had grown up hearing tales about the forest. Elders warned them never to enter. Speaking of strange whispers on the wind and trees that seemed to watch you, to the friends, these were just stories, old myths meant to scare children. One afternoon, fueled by youthful curiosity, Jabulani suggested an adventure. He wanted to prove the legends were false. He dared his friends to spend a night in the forest. Some were hesitant, but no one wanted to be the one to back down. They packed light, a little food, water, and a single lantern. As they stepped past the first line of trees, the familiar sounds of their village faded away, replaced by an unnerving silence. The air grew cold, and the dense canopy of leaves blocked out the afternoon sun, casting long, strange shadows on the forest floor. Hours passed as they walked deeper, looking for a perfect spot to camp. Themba tried to lighten the mood with jokes, but his laughter sounded hollow, quickly swallowed by the woods. Nomusa held onto her brother's arm, her eyes darting nervously into the darkness between the trees. Even Jabulani, the brave leader, seemed to be losing his confidence. The forest felt different from the stories. It wasn't just quiet, it was empty. There were no birds, no insects, no signs of life at all. It was as if the entire forest was holding its breath, waiting. As dusk settled, they found a small clearing and lit their lantern. The single flame cast a weak, flickering light, creating a small circle of safety in a vast ocean of darkness. They ate in silence, the earlier excitement now replaced by a growing sense of dread. Zola, who had been quiet all day, suddenly spoke. He said he felt like they were being watched. He pointed to the trees at the edge of the clearing, claiming he could see shapes moving just beyond the light. The others tried to dismiss it as his imagination, but no one could shake the feeling that he was right. The forest didn't feel empty anymore. It felt crowded. Later that night, a strange sound began. It was a low hum, a vibration that seemed to come from the ground itself. It grew louder, making their teeth chatter. Panic began to set in. Then, the lantern flickered and died, plunging them into absolute darkness. Screams echoed through the clearing, followed by the sounds of running, of branches snapping, of pure terror. It was chaos. No one knew who was running where, or what they were running from. The humming grew into a deafening roar, and then silence. A complete and total silence that was more terrifying than the noise before it. The next morning, when the group didn't return, the village organized a search party. The elders, their faces grin, led the way. They knew the forest's secrets. They found the clearing easily. It was undisturbed. The extinguished lantern lay on its side, and a few scattered supplies were on the ground. But there was no sign of a struggle, no tracks leading away, and no sign of the 5 missing friends. It was as if they had simply vanished into thin air. The search continued for weeks, with police from the nearest town joining in. They combed every inch of the forest, but found nothing. Jabulani, Nomusa, Themba, Zola, and Sifo were gone, but the forest hadn't taken everyone. Days after the search was officially called off, a lone figure stumbled out of the woods. It was Linda. She was physically unharmed, but her eyes held a vacant, haunted look. She couldn't speak. She wouldn't, or perhaps couldn't, say a single word about what happened that night. She was the only one the forest spared, the only witness to a horror she could not describe. The doctors said it was trauma, that her mind had shut down to protect itself from an unbearable memory. To the villagers, it was something else. They believed the forest had taken her voice as a price for her life. Years turned into decades. The Kavuki land changed, but the forest remained the same, a dark, silent presence on the edge of the village. The story of the six friends became a modern legend, a cautionary tale told to wide-eyed children and curious tourists. The five were never found. Linda never spoke again. She lived her life in silence, her eyes forever fixed on the tree line, as if waiting for something to emerge. Or perhaps she was simply watching, guarding a secret she was forced to keep. The official report filed in 1996 lists 5 missing persons, presumed lost in the wilderness. But the people of Kavuki know the truth is far more complex. They say the forest has a will of its own. It remembers those who disrespect its boundaries. It watches, it waits, and sometimes it hunts. And on that fateful night, it spared only one, leaving her as a living reminder of its power, a silent testament to the mystery that lies within the haunted forest. The questions remain. What really happened in that clearing? What did Linda see that was so terrifying it stole her voice forever? Was it a natural event or something else, something ancient and awake? The forest keeps its secrets well. Thank you for joining us at the Unknownfilesx. If you found this story compelling, please like, share, and subscribe for more journeys into the unknown. If this really happened, would you want to know the truth? Let me know in the comments.